What's up, everybody? It's Matt from Score420. I'm here with Joe from True Roots, New Mexico. Joe, introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about where we're at here.
What's up? So we're out here in Moriarty, New Mexico at True Roots Farm. Right now we're in the middle of harvest. We did a little over like 7,500 plants this year. So
7,500, wow.
Harvesting, drying,
And out of that 7,500, what's the split, indoor or outdoor? Is it all outdoor?
So that number, 7,500 outdoor at the moment. Yeah, and usually we'll run green. We have those 4 greenhouses over there that usually will do about 400 plants as well per room. So.
Amazing. All right, well, I think you're gonna show us around, show us some of the other stuff, and we're looking forward to it.
Definitely, man.
Let's roll. All right, so Joe, we're out here. Your outdoor stuff is looking great. So tell me what your role is here, Joe.
So I am the director of greenhouses. I've been here for, the True Roots has been a farm out here for a little over 3 years now. And I've been here what I consider to be day one. This field that we're actually in was the first field that we started out with. Wow. No greenhouses, no east field down there, we didn't have this west field at all. And so the first season we just ran this, which I think it was around, I can't remember the plant count, but
So safe to say you guys have expanded quite a bit in the last few years. That's great, man. We love to see that.
Yeah, the owner, his name is Jeff Sod. He has really expanded the business into like pre-rolls and oils and dispensaries, and so we're just...
So more than just a farm.
Right. Nowadays, more than just the farm.
And, I think, you're seeing that more and more, and unfortunately it's almost a necessity, I feel, at this point for you guys, to make it viable. But looks like you guys are crushing it. And, this amount of growth in 3 years is something to note. We're looking at some of these plants. They look awesome. Can you tell me a little bit more and the public what we're looking at here?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so this strain right here is Super Runts. Right now we're kind of cherry picking what's like ready to be chopped and what's
because you guys are already kind of partway into the harvest time here, so that's it usually would be much more filled in and
exactly. You actually caught us in the middle of harvest. So for example, this one has about maybe like a week or 2 more, and it's gonna be golden. There's 2 ways you could like clone like a mother plant,
right?
And so what we found is that going with seeds, you get like the girthiest, like strongest,
So that's it. So that's interesting. So all your plants are started from seedlings, and not clones.
Especially with this weather out here, because this location in Moriarty the wind is insane. Like we get really hardcore like hails and storms. So
you need some hardy plants to make it through, right? And that's something that I learned. I thought was really interesting. That's almost similar to like a vineyard and wine vine, like grapevines. Is like the more hardship they have to go through, like the better the fruits produced are, which I think is really interesting. So a plant like this, where did it start and how did it get here, so to speak?
So around the last week of March we planted, so like I was saying earlier, we have about 7,500, so we do at least double that in seeds, because we need to feminize them, so like if you have a male, you're gonna have seeds, and it's just no good. But
men suck.
Yeah, right. And then the last week of March we plant seeds, and then we utilized a couple greenhouses for the early growth of the seeds and until they're feminized. And then about the first week of June, once they're like, ready to up pot, we just came out,
and start bringing them all out. Like on average, how often do they get watered? Because it's not every day, right?
No, if it's too hot, every day.
Okay.
Because when the plant's like this big, like medium size, every other day or every 3 days, I gotta watch the temperature, all that.
Got it. So really dependent on the weather, obviously. That makes sense.
And after that, they never stop,
they keep
feed
growing.
every other day, put nuts.
So how do you guys like manage that part of things with being like so outdoor, right? Like that's got to be a huge concern, like a huge part of it, right? Is making sure that you don't get the mites and the molds and the.
Well, pretty much I'm the one like every day.
So you're out here, you know.
Every day check the plants. If I see one plant like a little wilted or a little bit of yellow, I have to make sure there's no root rot. I have to make sure there's no mites, and then.
So these are your babies.
Yes,
this is you have 7,000 babies you got to take care of. We're inside the greenhouse here. Tell us a little bit about the kind of plan for these plants opposed to the ones outside.
Yeah, so these ones we are planning on doing fresh frozen, running through the lab. These guys are gonna really do nice because most of these are we're cloned.
Okay,
so you get it's different strains, different genetics.
With a clone, do you have some more control over like?
Well, with a clone, you know, it comes from a certain mother plant, and you know what that genetic is, what it's gonna produce.
Got it.
You know, I mean, that's the ideal.
Right. So almost like, you know, like when you're breeding dogs or horses, like the lineage of the. Okay, got it.
Yeah, definitely.
So you said, you know, the plan is to kind of bring these to the lab. Do you guys, is it all hybrids, sativas, indica, or do you guys stick to a specific kind of one for that kind of thing?
We keep a wide variety for sure. You know what I mean? These ones are indicas, which is going to be a great wash. You know what I mean?
As we've done more and more of these, that we hear that a lot too, is like the variation is key, you know, because, you know, long gone the days you can just mass sell one strain. You know, people want selection and they want it frequently. So
when you see those seven grow rooms right there, actually in the near future, hopefully by January, we're going to start a construction and building, but we plan on doing 14 more greenhouses.
Wow.
So we're really gonna up the game on.
That's pretty much doubling your capacity.
Dude, yeah. I mean, you know, just greenhouse has been so successful for us in terms of like quality and customer.
Yeah. You're seeing a lot of success with it, so lean into it. Yeah.
Yeah, this field is.
This looks pretty big.
Yeah, it is pretty big.
Until we got right.
And it's interesting because this one's on a hill,
yeah.
So it kind of gets more sun and more moon as opposed to just the direct, you know.
And so, do you guys plant specific strains in accordance with that? Because like there are light cycles sort of stuff, right?
Right. Yeah. We try to actually do our best strains over here because this is like this is probably the best.
In terms of sunlight and stuff.
Right. Yeah, and then it's crazy too is growing out here. So we run our greenhouses in the winter, and you know we have to have like really like dialed in heaters and lights because we'll be growing. It'll be like 2 feet of snow on the side. Like we get stuck here, but the plants need us, so like we have to.
When we were chatting off camera before, you mentioned that you're from kind of Northern California, Bay Area. You mentioned that you grew up there as well a little bit. How much of that is the same or different, you know, like comparatively?
Yeah, no, I would say that it's weather is really the biggest obstacle. It's, you know, as a Northern California weather, it's like nice and dry out here. It's, you know, it'll get a flash flood, so it is challenging, and that's definitely one of the biggest obstacles that the farm faces is weather.
So here's the $1 million question though, right? Do you think that the quality of the final product is different? Like, you know, California's kind of been the mecca for growing weed for, you know, 100 years, right? I think, you know, we think at Score420 New Mexico's got a real shot at, you know, making an impact. So what as someone who's grown in both, what do you think?
I think that, especially here with True Roots, I think that it's by far that New Mexico has way better than I've ever seen.
You heard it here first, folks.
True Roots.
So I think we're gonna go check out the cure rooms next.
Yeah.
Those are always really fun. Tons of weed hanging, drying. Yes. Let's go see what they got.